Well, hello, my friend. I'm your host, Conny Graf. Thank you for joining me today and allowing me back into your ears. As a fractional CFO and coach, I'm blending Swiss precision with strategy, soulful guidance, and astrology to help you align your finances, system, and self. Well, hello, my friend. I'm your host, Conny Graf. Thank you so much for joining me today, for being here and listening in, for allowing me back into your ears. Thank you. Today, I want to talk about just-in-time versus just-in-case buying. My goal is to support you through Black Friday and impulse buying. At the time when this episode goes live, we are less than 6 weeks away from the end of 2025, and Black Friday is here. So that means usually that our inboxes are exploding and that the internet is basically yelling at you to buy all the things. So today I want to slow down this energy just a bit for you and for me. Let's talk about what to do right now at this time of the year so that we can end the year with more peace in our life, in our business, and in our finances, instead of more chaos on our credit cards. We're going to talk about just-in-time buying versus just-in-case buying, as I said already, how Black Friday plays with our nervous system, and a few simple questions we can ask ourselves before we click the Buy Now button. So this is part of a little year-end money series. I don't know yet how many episodes that's gonna be, but it's for sure this episode and next week's episode, which is part 2, where I want to talk about that famous spend a bunch so you pay less taxes advice and what we can do instead. But first, like I said, let us stay with the Black Friday and Cyber Monday theme and our buying habits. So the Black Friday frenzy is really hard on our nervous system, especially for us business owners, because this season is intense. There is pressure to sell. And at the same time, there is pressure to buy. And then there is this little voice in our head saying, I should grab this deal now while it's on sale because next year I will definitely use it. Or the pressure is on and we say, we need to sell. People are in buying mode. People want to buy now my products and I have to sell. And then, if we're honest, the course, the app, or the template bundle, or whatever we end up buying is landing in the equivalent of a junk drawer on our computer. It's kind of like a digital junk drawer, right? And it gets forgotten. It lives on your hard drive without ever really making your life easier or you profiting from saving money on this deal. On the contrary, it's almost like you wasted the money because you never look at it. And that, my friend, is financial clutter. It is the money version of the I might need this someday box that you have in your basement or in your attic. And, there's no judgment because sadly, I'm very much have to include myself because in the past, I've also bought software and one time a course that I was convinced I would need. And I was convinced I would use it in the new year. And I was convinced I would go through it and implement it. And to this day, years later, I have not. And it really stings to admit that. But we're all like that. We get wrapped up in the frenzy that happens right now. And then we put too much on ourselves. We buy it because it's on sale. And then we never do anything with it. If we recognize ourselves in all of this, we are not alone. And we are not bad with money either. We are human in a very loud, very sales-driven season. But we are not just a victim. We can do something about it. And I want to help you not to make this mistake, not waste your hard-earned money this year. Now, before we talk strategy, let us pause together for a moment, tune into our body and notice, how does my body feel when I'm bombarded with all the buy ads, when I scroll through all the deals? How does my body feel when I just think about that? Do I feel spacious, grounded, and intentional? Probably not. More like heavy, caffeinated squirrel with FOMO, right? Like, again, there's no judgment here. This is simply awareness. From awareness, we can make better decisions. So don't skip this exercise. Take a deep breath and tune in to your body. You most likely have to do it over and over during this season, my friend. Now let's look at the just-in-time versus the just-in-case buying. You have heard, I can't speak. You might have heard me talk about the difference between spending time and investing time. That was on episode 223. When you invest time, you put a bit of effort and time into now so that things become easier for you in the future and you save more time in the future. Well, the same is true for money, of course. Just-in-time buying is when you buy something the moment or as close as possible to the moment you actually need it to solve a problem you really have now, today. So for example, for your clients, you're using a booking tool, but the booking tool really can't handle your clients. Like it's clunky and you don't like it and nothing works properly and you have to apologize all the time. You have tried to tweak it and it still causes this friction. Then buying a better scheduling software is a just-in-time investment, for sure. Or you have reached the limit of your current bookkeeping spreadsheet, or your business has grown so much that investing in a proper accounting software and support is actually helping your business, helping you understand your finances better. That's also just in time. These kind of purchases usually come with some time investment to figure out what solution is best for us now. So we need to invest some time now, but then also with a feeling of relief when we made the decision and when we actually invested in that tool or that software. And then we think, why did I not do this earlier? But it wasn't too late. It was just in time. These tools give us clarity. They help us serve our clients better. They help us run our business smoother and with more ease. And also they give us time back over and over in the future. So we actually invested time to have more time in the future. That's just-in-time buying. Just-in-case buying, on the other hand, is completely different. It sounds more like, this course is 70% off. We might need this one day. I should grab it now while it's on sale. Or everyone in my mastermind raves about this course or this tool, so I probably need it too. Better I get it now on sale than pay full price later. Or one day when I finally have time to implement this, it will be amazing, so I better buy it now. But just-in-case buying usually creates more digital clutter, yes, but also more anxiety and mental and emotional clutter. You now have passwords, logins, best case scenario, only half-watched modules, and a nagging thought. I should really learn this, I should really sit down and do this, I should really implement this, and that's all sitting on your shoulders. And I say best case scenario because just-in-case purchases are usually never opened. Seth Godin, for example, says, and he has talked about it, that online courses having a 97% drop-off rate, meaning only a tiny fraction of people actually finish them, only about 3%. And platform data from places like Udemy suggests that a big chunk of students, like 70% I read, never even start a course they bought. So that, my friend, is just-in-case buying. When you just buy stuff, whether that's courses, tools, anything, just in case you might need it one day. But again, If you have just in case courses sitting in your digital junk drawer, right? You're definitely not alone. I've done it. I admit it. I've done it. And as you can see from the statistics, so many others have done it too. But it's sad because it ties up our cash that could be used for things our business actually really needs, maybe down the road or maybe now. Or it's cash that is tied up in something that is clutter now, instead of paying ourselves more or beefing up our rainy day fund, right? Especially in this economy, a rainy day fund is really important. But no shame, again. It has happened to me before. It has happened to so many. The marketing and selling machine works very well on most humans if we are not staying calm, grounded, and intentional. If we let the frenzy carry us away. So one practical thing we can do in this Black Friday, Cyber Monday season is simply to name which energy we are in. We can pause and ask ourselves, am I buying this just in time or just in case? If the honest answer is just in case, we treat that as a, let's say, yellow light, right? Not a red light, because I don't want to be the party pooper, right? And I don't know what you need, and I don't tell you what to do, but treat it as a yellow light, not a green one. As a yellow light meaning cautious. Maybe you want to slow down. Maybe you want to stop and think. Well, now I'm well aware that in traffic, the yellow light, a lot of people are encouraged to gun it. They hit the gas pedal, right, to get across the intersection before it gets red. But I really suggest we don't do that with our money and with decisions for buying things. Now, before we move on, I want to say something. I want to make sure that I say that I am not saying that just in case is always bad and just in time is always good. I recently read an article about just-in-time learning versus just-in-case learning. And the author, Louis Din, I think you pronounce it, compared it to investing. And I really like that comparison. So let's see what he says, he or she. So they say just-in-time learning is like a safe investment. We learn something because we need it right now, and then we use it right away, and we get a clear return. Money and time in, value out. Just-in-case learning is more like a higher risk investment. We learn something in case we might need it in the future. Sometimes the future comes, and sometimes that future never comes and it never pays off. But when this future comes, we might look like a genius because we have the exact tool in our back pocket, or we have learned it already, right? That's just in case learning. And his conclusion was that both have a place. The question is more about the timing and the proportion. So he says, especially when in the beginning, when we're still young or when the business is still new, then we should do more just-in-time learning. And only later we should do more, we can afford to do more just-in-case learning. And I would say it's the same with buying things for the business. Especially when our finances are tight or we are in the early stages of our business, it is usually smarter to mostly stay in the just-in-time buying. We focus our spending on things that solve real problems we have right now, today, and that help us generate income, serve our clients better, and build our rainy day fund. Then later, when our basics are really covered, when our rainy day fund is fully funded, when our business stands on more solid feet, we have a better buffer and things feel more stable, and then we can intentionally allow more just-in-case spending, right? That makes sense? At that point, a course or a book or a program that we buy and take just in case can be a little bit R&D budget. R&D meaning research and development. It is money we choose to invest in the future and in its possibilities in the future, not money we secretly hope will fix a problem of the future or help us save taxes. But more about the saving taxes next week's episode. So the key word here for just in case buying is intentional. Not buying out of FOMO, out of fear of missing out, not buying out of panic, but choosing to buy on purpose. Being fully aware that right now I'm buying just in case. But again, only at the time when your business is on solid ground, on solid feet, right? Then you can implement a bit of just in case spending. Okay, let's move on, because I don't want to leave you without some practical tips now that I told you what we do and why we sabotage ourselves basically by buying just in case stuff because it's on sale, because the marketing gurus get to us for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, right? So I have tiny practices for myself and I want to share them with you. So I have that mantra, like a few minutes a day, keep the chaos away. So whatever I do is always really quick to do and simple to do and easy to do. So one of the tools I have is what I call the parking lot. And you can create your own Black Friday parking lot in your phone or in a notebook or wherever you journal, maybe just write it down somewhere. So every time you see an offer that tempts you, you put it onto the parking lot instead of into the buy now cart, right? Into the shopping cart. You write down the name of the offer, the price and payment plan, and what problem it claims to solve. Then you wait at least 24 hours. Actually better 48 hours. And I know most marketing gears towards you saying you need to buy it right away, don't miss out. But put it for at least 24 hours or overnight onto the parking lot. And then when you come back, when the time has passed, you can ask yourself, is this problem that it's solving, is that really a problem I have right now that needs solving? Have I tried to solve this problem with something that I have already, like with a tool I have already? Or is there a course that I bought that might solve that problem without me having to spend more money? If I buy it, when exactly will I implement it? And you need to be really honest about that. Sometimes we really like to try to lie to ourselves. Oh yeah, I'm going to implement it between Christmas and New Year, but we probably don't, right? So if we don't have clear yes answers to these questions, it's most likely a just-in-case purchase. And we might just want to buy it because of the FOMO, because it's on sale. We kind of have been conditioned that when it's on sale, we have to buy it because it's on sale and we're going to save money. But we're not saving money when we buy stuff that we don't use afterwards, right? It's not saving money. If the answer is not really a yes to these questions, if we realize it's a just-in-case purchase, we can see whether we can let it go. We can maybe say with a smile, thank you, nice offer, but not right now. It's not the right time. And mentally send it on its way. So in general, when I buy anything, I have this buying filter. And again, I'm not perfect. I have bought things that I thought I put through this filter and I was lying to myself, or I just wanted it so bad that I made sure that running it through the filter would bring the result that I want to buy it, right? So it's like all this stuff only works if we're really honest with ourselves and if we become self-aware of our habits and what we do and what we did in the past, but without shame, right? Because the minute we start shaming ourselves, we're actually not learning from what we did in the past. We're just beating ourselves up and then we don't want to really look at it. And then we don't learn and then we repeat the previous mistakes and sabotage ourselves also into the future. So my buying filter is usually, before I buy anything, and especially now in this time of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday savings, yada, 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 what all they're yelling at us, right? I run it through this little filter. One, is this essential for how I serve my clients right now? Because one of the most important things is, of course, that I serve my clients in a high quality, right? So is it essential to serve my clients? Would it make serving my clients easier? Would it be higher quality? Would my clients benefit from it? Will this save me time? Will it save me energy? Or will it save me money within the next 3 months? Because I think sometimes we just think, oh yeah, it will eventually save money. But is it going to save money in the next 3 months? Is it going to save time and energy in the next 3 months? Be honest. And then another question I ask myself, can I honestly say that it fits within my finances that I have? Like that I could say the budget, right? I don't really have a budget by the word. I have some guidelines for myself. So does it fit within the guidelines that I have for my finances without putting any strain on me or on the business? Is there room for it to be purchased, basically? And then most importantly, would I still buy it if it wasn't on sale? Is it really something that I want and need, and would I buy it if it was not on sale? Am I not just buying it because it is on sale, 50% off, 70% off? So if I get 4 solid yeses, then it's much more likely that this is a just-in-time investment and fits perfectly into my business and finances right now. If I don't have 4 solid yeses, I can put it on the parking lot for now. And I can trust that this offer or the right offer will be there again when the time comes and I actually need it. So here's a quick recap. Black Friday noise can easily push us into just-in-case buying, which creates mental, emotional, digital, and financial clutter and chaos. And we often feel unsettled, anxious, and like we're missing out, and that's why we're not thinking clearly and just click the buy now button too often. Just-in-time buying, on the other hand, solves real problems we actually have right now, and we can take advantage of the good offer that is out there. And then it usually feels grounding and supportive, and we feel good about it. We don't feel anxious about it. We feel good about it, and we can implement it right away because that's what we were looking for, right? And with a simple parking lot note on paper or on your phone and the buying filter, like you can use my questions that I ask myself, or you've come up with your own. But with a parking lot note and a buying filter, we can create more intention and more peace of mind, and more peace in our finances too, less chaos in the credit card statement afterwards, because we just bought because they were yelling at us to buy. And next week, I will talk about something else that we are yelled at and that makes no sense. I will talk about what to do with the money, with the profit that you have in your business. Because I see it over and over, especially towards the end of the year, right now, when Black Friday or Cyber Monday is over, or before or after, there is these gurus that say you need to spend now a bunch to get your profit down so you pay less taxes, and that's completely backwards. But more about that next week. So make sure you come back next week for part 2. And of course, as always, I never tell you what to do or what not to do, right? What I want to do is help you see the effects of this kind of chaos has on us, on you, your business and your life, and how to move from this chaos to more peace in your life, in your business, in your head. And if listening to this episode made you realize that you run your business not with intention, that you don't spend your money with intention, that you run the business and the finances more like blindfolded because you never look at your finances, you never pay attention to your business that way, you're not strategic, you're not intentional, you don't understand your finances. I'm here to tell you, you don't have to figure this all out on your own. That's exactly what I help my clients with as their fractional CFO and ally. You can bring your financial chaos to me and we will look at it together, and I help you create simple money systems that work for you and your business, appropriate to the state where your business is at, so that next year, 2026, you have more peace and more profit, not more chaos and more stress. You will find the link to book a complimentary Chaos to Peace clarity call in the show notes. Or you can always DM me on Instagram. My handle is I am Conny Graf, if that feels more comfortable. Okay, my friend, that's it for today. Have a beautiful and amazing week. Enjoy the season without buying all the things. Take good care, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.